going. I'm hype. It's the last war of the day. Like I mentioned, I had coffee, so we're doing great. Carbon Fin, what are we looking at?
We are looking at Izus coming in here. The only question is they're not using the clan names here to make it. They're making it hard on us for in terms of going through. We're coming in with the hybrid 18 miners. So you typically tend to see a little bit more miners being used when you're coming in with a siege barracks, because then you can have 9 hogs coming out of that siege barracks to move in and assist with the hybrid. Usually when you use the blimp, you might take a little bit more hogs to kind of have that push through the core. He's going to look to charge in, taking out quite a bit of these defenses here, including, look at this, going to maybe grab the clan castle here, the expo, the sweepers pushing a little bit back. It's quite a bit annoying here. As long as he sets the funnel, drops the mini a little bit early, trying to get to the lava pups, but maybe use the king over towards 9 and have the hybrid going right for that town hall.
Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. I see 3 expos stacked in the middle of the base, and I just get like flashbacks to last week where we saw the juggling act of trying to keep your queen alive through this. And oh boy, this is going to get interesting. So many of these defenses stacked up together. They're either going to topple over like a bunch of dominoes, or they are going to be an impenetrable wall. This one is going to be close, as the town hall is going to go down with that eternal tome, keeping all the troops alive. I think they'll have just enough time. Yes, they do, to get on out of that one. Seconds to spare. We're town hall 13. What am I saying? And now they've got a lot of base still to push through, but the heal spells are there, and there's 1 freeze still left.
Yeah, that scatter shot is still standing, so he's going to have to freeze it. And the enemy king, as he's charging down and around, but he's got tons of miners. It looks like this enemy king might draw and lure some of the miners here, but they're inside the small circle of this scatter shot, so they can't get hit. But it's going around. The RC burns her ability here, and as long as these hogs can find their way around, the healer's doing some nice work, can transfer off the world champions on full health. This is looking like a 3-star from Zeus to kick off this war. What a beautiful job.
I mean, you know, calling lightning from the skies at his fingertips, at his command. This base just collapses and crumbles. And oh my goodness, James, this base, it looked, again, I like the design, but it said it's either going to be, you know, a wall that doesn't break, or a dominoes, a house of cards that just collapses. And that's kind of what we saw there. Able to get down that town hall, all of those multi-target infernos. And again, a lot of that was done with the use of that invulnerability from the Eternal Tome, which means that you just don't have those to tick down the rest of the troops later on. But they don't have that. They don't have the heals. They've weathered the storm. And that's what we saw, a triple to start things off for Golden X. Our prediction's looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. He was able to charge the queen into the core of that base, and was able to use the siege barracks not only to have P.E.K.K.A. wizards come out, but then also have hogs to join in with the raid, and made it beautiful here. But we're going to have to see if Space Station can answer the call from that 3-star. It is the quarterfinals. It is the upper bracket. So if you lose, it's not completely over. You still have another chance, but nobody wants to lose here, because it is a harder road down the lower bracket.
Oh, it is. Not only do you have to play more games, but I feel like all of our really, really top teams have stumbled once. They all had like a moment, and most of them have stabilized. Some of them didn't, which means they are out. But still, that lower bracket is absolutely stacked. So we'll see what happens here. We are seeing the Yetis. We are seeing the bowlers going on through, and bats. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah, looking coming with the Yeti, bow, bat, and has the blimp that he can send in. So we're looking to see 3 super wall breaks to kind of break his way through, use the Grand Warden Internal Tome to protect everything, and then also protect that blimp. Let's keep our eyes on it. Sometimes people have missed the Warden Internal Tome, or maybe accidentally hit the ability, which can really put the blimp at risk. It has to get to the town hall to take it down, so then the bats can go around and move through and clear the rest of the base.
Yeah, that's really going to be the big thing here, is how much damage you can do. We saw bats start earlier on in that last war, and it did, 9%. So I think maybe not the most optimal usage. I'm definitely liking what we're seeing here more with the core of this, pushing right on in with the great. Oh, but everything's frozen. And I mean, everything's okay. It's really frozen. Okay, we are glacier. It is Siberia in July or January. That's the right month. Oh boy, they finally got towards that town hall.
That blimp caught those ice golems, got frozen, but here comes the bats. There's 0 splash on the top side, so beautiful identification that these bats can clear it. The Royal Champion coming down to the bottom side, and he's got 3 phrases. This is looking really beautiful with the Yeti still up. Bats flying around, just can freeze that. Oh wait, he freezes the single to keep the Royal Champion alive. He can use the rest of the freezes on the Wiz Tower up top, but this is looking really good here.
I'm digging it. You know, a little bit of adaptation. Normally, sort of tunnel vision on your bats. You know, what you're looking towards these splash damage. That's really where you're thinking with your freeze spells. But keeping the RC alive is definitely going to help out here. She does a ton of damage. Her raw DPS is really impressive. And we are seeing, you know, a lot of cleanup happening. We got a bowler on one side. We got a wizard on the other. Oh, my goodness. This is looking really darn good for James. I think, talk about the idea of answering the call, Carbon Fin. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here.
Yeah, that wizard up top is going to be so clutch for time. If he was not there, we definitely would have been a guaranteed time fail, but now it's going to be close here. As long as the storage goes down, these bats can completely clear the top buildings because they are so fast at clearing anything except those resources, especially those storages. They take forever, but all these buildings should go down super quick. It's gonna be close here. We got 10 seconds, but with those bats, that queen up there, this is definitely looking to be a 3-star. Here we go with the final shot, and there it is. James with the answer. Wow, I mean, both these teams have fought their way here, yet to lose, and they are showing it right now.
Yeah, okay. I talked about how stacked the teams were in the lower bracket. Okay, maybe the upper bracket's a little bit stacked too here.
Yeah.
This is a start for both of these teams. It came down to the final 2 seconds, but it didn't matter. That amazing free spell usage, so good to support all elements of his army, not tunnel visioning anywhere, making sure that he had full vision of what was going on and were exactly where he needed to allocate those resources. Beautifully played here, and now it's still a tied game. Let's get to our next attack. Let's see how Golden Axe will answer. Will it be a rally back and forth? This is an epic game of tennis. I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess.
We'll have to see it. JD9 coming in with the hybrid as well, but does have a siege barracks. He's going to try to charge this queen in. Let's keep our eye on this wizard tower up top here. He's looking, if he takes this wizard tower down, then he can target the wall behind it. But if he's early, it's going to be a big problem, and the queen's going to get through the Raw Champion. Wizard Tower's about to go down. Now he can drop the super wall breaker. There it is. So now can open this wall and get this queen straight moving into the town hall. That's why you tend to see some of those walls around just the buildings on the outside, because a lot of players are not ready. They drop that wall breaker. It's going to target the wall up there and not going to go where he wants.
Nice. And he actually did bait out a trap there with that Coco Loon. So paying dividends right now. JD9, more like JD Fine. This has been a great opening. This is textbook queen charge. A lot of rage spells are being used, but he's getting so much for it. 21%, the Town Hall, the first star, the CC. He's baiting out the defenses. He's keeping his healers alive. This is looking solid.
This is looking really good with the King, P.E.K.K.A, all the way on the outside, which is from the siege barracks. So look at all these wizards as well, helping clear this funnel, which is going to force the miners, the hogs, straight into the core. The queen, unfortunately, does go down there, but the healer transfer should help quite a bit because it's moving straight on. Pops the Ward Internal Tome super early, but watch out for these 2 back-end scatters. Has 2 heals through this charge, only 1 more freeze. He needs to use this properly. Maybe keep your eye on the single wherever the World Champion goes, but here comes the hogs from the siege barracks. As long as he can push his way through, but the enemy queen, oh no, she could be a big problem here in the middle of the raid.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right. You're scaring me here, Carbon Fin. You're scaring me. But still. All right. We have the Royal Champion alive. We have the Seeking Shield. Going to be used perfectly right when you're at about 40% HP. Get that back. Takes down the scatter shot with the freeze as well. 1 more hit will secure that. That's one of the last big pieces of defense is the Skelly Trap, though. Next to the single target Inferno, it is a classic tried and true combo. It's like peanut butter and jelly, except it kills you. And this is looking pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be the triple, and now the healer's getting picked up as well. Oh, this is heartbreaking. This is going to be a really solid hit here from JD9, but I don't think we're going to see the 3-star.
He's got a ton of wizards. The P.E.K.K.A. I mean, they can reach the wizard tower. The minion in the core. He's got the Sneak Goblin helping a little bit. I feel like he's got this.
Oh my goodness. Does he actually, with 24 seconds left on the clock? This Expo? Hang on. Hang on though, but the CC's gonna take so long. Oh, but he's got. Wait a second. He's got the miners. I didn't see how many miners he had left. Hang on, I was totally wrong. My JD Fine call was just excellent. Go past me. You killed it. Great stuff.
Wow.
Great stuff.
Look at that.
JD9. All right.
That is a 3-star. GG. Really nice attack right there coming in. What a way to kick off the final war here. 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. That's just, you literally can't be any better than this.
It literally can't. Correct use of the word literally. It doesn't get any better than this. We are seeing perfect Clash of Clans right now. Let's see how Space Station Gaming Black can respond. One of many Space Station Gaming rosters still in this tournament. Woo! This has been good so far.
Man.
Okay.
Coming in with another hybrid attack. Does have one bowler, looking to get a bowler bounce somewhere to force probably the queen where he wants to go. Kind of set a funnel. Some balloons to test for Sam's. Blimp's going to go in, look to see a rage spell, especially because of the queen and the enemy eagle. But this clan castle might be a little bit of a problem. Hope these Yeti mites jump and take out the eagle, and they do. Very nice. And here comes the queen up at the 6 o'clock section, but there's a bowler bounce over there towards 3. Maybe the king, he's going to force the king up and around, then maybe have hybrid come in between, but looks like the queen is going down there.
Not sure if this was 100% intended. We do have the wizard down there to help set the funnel to maybe get the queen back on track. Poison is here as well. So that was a decent Yeti Blimp bomb to start things off. Gets the compartment, I should say, that it's looking for. There's the poison, can be helping to clean up all of these pups. But my, oh my, does that slow up the queen for so long. So long, Carbon Fin.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now he's looking to use a super wall break to break into the single target inferno. He's going to have to drop that first trees here. And the queen won't be able to reach the back end single target inferno, but he could use the hybrid for that. But the only issue is that the queen won't have anywhere to go and clean up, because we'll have to see what else is the plan here. Yep, there it is, hybrid in between, but she's just going to get stuck on the walls unless she loops out around towards 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to survive first. That's the big thing. Is we're still committing rage spells to these healers. The king's going on the other side to continue to clean that up as the rest of the push now supported by the RC and, of course, that Grand Warden continuing to push on in. The heal spells as well to try and keep everything topped up. And that's what you're talking about. She did run around the outside for once. Queen was exactly where she needed to be. I dig it. And now the rest of these troops are going on in to deal with this town hall. The Eternal Tome is there. 9 seconds of invulnerability to play with. And they don't even need half of that as the town hall goes down. And actually a little bit of luck there. The healers tanked that one scatter shot, which is not going to be a huge difference maker. Instead, keeping all those attackers, those hogs, those miners, nice and topped up. Is now all just the miners left as they're pushing on in. And I'm seeing the miners this time, guys, and there's a lot of them left.
Just another 3-star? Hang on, he's got tons of miners.
What is this?
Oh my goodness! What is
more?
4 triples? Like to kick off this war? Oh my goodness! Now it's just the only thing is that time here. Wizard up around. He's got 20 seconds left. I feel this is a 3, definitely. Oh my goodness, 4 triples to kick off this war. Incredible.
Okay. Guys, I don't count that high, all right? Like, this is, my big caster brain don't know math so good. I don't know about this, team. This has been so good. This has been so good. It's heating up in here, and it's not just my office. Oh, with the lights. It's just this war. Oh my. Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Echo's going to have the hardest job here out of all of us of picking one of these faces to break down. Like, literally, they're all perfect so far. So, I mean, it's going to come down to the final 6 attacks. Whatever each side is going to do. It's like the war starting fresh after almost each one goes here.
This is insane. I mean, the whole war is our Xperia highlight, guys, because all of it's amazing. It's seriously, all right, I don't envy his job here. Let's go back over to Golden X to see if they can keep the streak alive. It's Big Chris who's going to need to pull out the big plays, and we're seeing Lalo. All right.
Okay. Oof. I mean, now we're talking here. This is going to be a difficult one to do with a Sui Lalo. We saw hybrid. I mean, hybrid's meta. But now the question is, can you do a harder attack? I think Sui Lalo is the hardest attack in the game at the moment. because especially using a skeleton spell, because there's so many things you can do wrong. You could have the perfect plan for a Suilalo, and you can try to hit a base, and all of a sudden the warden or something happens and it does not go according to plan. But this wall corner being opened, oh my goodness, he's going to be able to grab this multi, the enemy route champ. This is incredible value, including, could he even grab this Eagle Artillery? No way.
No, I mean, he gets on the RC. No, I think he is.
Wow.
I think he is. Oh wait, hang on. That one wall, that wall breaker was perfectly placed. Oh, he's gonna get okay.
Oh.
This might be the best opening to a Suilalo. You said earlier you saw one of the best Suilalos you've ever seen. This might, if this keeps going, this might be the best Suilalo we've ever seen. Again, I'm just repeating myself. The Queen's still alive. 30% before the rest of the troops even come in. Oh.
Absolutely incredible. Now he's got the blimp that's going to come through. Here's the clan castle. He's got a freeze. I mean, the scatter's locked down the blimp, so that's not too big of a deal. There's a beautiful poison down. He's got to drop an archer over at 3 o'clock to pull the skellies into that poison, but he doesn't do that. That's one of the hardest things to do here. But there's the rage near the town hall. Uh-oh. The town hall is barely standing here. Still has the Grand War Internal Tome, but that OP Sui value, now he can try to get his way through. The enemy queen, though. Oh, no. That's the biggest issue. Oh, wait a second. The dragon dies. Oh, the balloons. Oh, no.
Hey, balloon, gotta get there.
Oh,
no.
Rip. Unfortunately, the Skelly spell did not take the enemy queen down. And, oh, dang. That was, that's why I'm telling you. He got all that value and it didn't triple. That's why Suilalo is so difficult. But, man. Wow. Still incredible.
That was still the best. I think that was one of the best openers, though, we've ever seen. That was one of the best raw, unhealed hero pushes we have ever seen. Again, that one tile out of place, and he doesn't get that corner piece. He doesn't get into that small corridor. He doesn't get the eagle. And that attack looks completely different. We're going to see an 86, 87%, a super high percentage push. That would not have been nearly as good without that opener. Wow. I mean, Big Chris, it's not a triple, but still, the team name is got respect in it. I got respect in that opening.
Yeah, that was just an incredible Sui. I mean, if I'm hitting the space, I would never in a million years plan for my queen to walk down that. I don't think he planned for it. I think he just wanted to get the queen in there, but we'll have to see. Maybe we'll ever find out. But hey, the queen got that value to that multi-target Inferno. Even the eagle, but it's just unfortunate. The CC and then the Skelly spell was unable, but still 96% with the 2 triples to kick this war off for your team. That's still an amazing start.
It is. And the only thing that would make it better is another triple. Let's see if Space Station Gaming can keep their streak alive. There we go. As we reach our halfway mark in this war, and it has been stellar. Now it's up to Tom. Can he take it to Doc Zaku? And this base, interesting, more center focused around that town hall. It's going to get interesting. We've seen a lot more of these base styles recently.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to come in with the Yeti Bowler, so kind of just the Yeti Smash, typical part of the meta right now in the game. And he's going to look to try to overwhelm with 2 super wall breakers. Now the question is, these wall segments, they're there to really mess up the wall breakers. But we'll have to see. I mean, I would drop a wall breaker here. It's probably going to go on the other side of the map. A lot of times you tend to see these offset walls, kind of staggered opening compartments, because the whole point is to mess up the wall breaks and have the queen go a certain way and just completely confuse your opponent, especially when you only have one try on all these bases.
Yeah, because I think that's a really important thing to note. Of course, there's not really a lot of time to scout. Like, not really a lot of time to scout. You get one attack each. You go in, you do your attack, that's it. You're done. GG. You can't try again another time. You can't figure out where the traps are. No, this is it. You use your eyes, you use your game sense. You think, how would I defend against this? And then you try and outthink your opponent. It's the multi-layered thinking. It's the action upon action upon action. And what we're seeing now is a lot of action in the center of this base. It's the Eagle Artillery Barrage going to be denied. That Grand Warden Eternal Tome does work. And what's interesting, too, is they haven't actually activated the Town Hall yet. So they haven't actually, now, there they finally do. but they're going to be able to take it down pretty quickly here, I think, which is massive. Not taking that Giga Inferno damage that whole time actually kept these troops a lot healthier. They do take damage from the bomb, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the Queen rerouted the top side and did not have the healer switch onto the Yeti and bowlers into the core there. That's what he would have loved to have with the Royal Champion moving down around. Does have one freeze. And hang on, wait a second. Can this balloon be an OP loon? I don't think so. It's not going to make it. It will not survive a whole length of a single target Inferno. And there's the Royal Champion moving through with one freeze. Drops on the cannon because he knows that the Royal Champion won't survive much longer after that. And this also is just going to be a 2-star here. So, I mean, we saw 3 stars being answered, one after another. Now it's answering with another 2-star. So it's just going to be the percentage game at the moment. We'll have to see who's going to be in the lead.
Oh, my. Yeah, I think 84 was the last one. And we're going to be seeing a little bit higher than that. Wouldn't be surprised if we see into the 90s on this one. So still going to be a lead for Space Station Gaming Black, but still very, very close. I knew we couldn't keep that streak going forever. That was just too wild. But still, 4 triples back to back to back to back. What a way to start off this war. And they are keeping up the momentum in a big way. This has been so much fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. These are the wars that you just wish you can see on a daily basis, but they're super rare to have all these triples coming in. Usually it tends to be like a 12-11, 11-11 war, because if you get a 10-star war, usually you're not going to have the best chances, because at least the people who have been advancing at least got 1 triple. Many times that's they lose on percent, but they have the star advantage.
They do, and I was wrong. It was not an 84% hit for Golden Knights. It was 88, which means there's only a 3% difference, which means it's only 96 to 97. Oh, me. Oh, my. This has been fantastic to watch. Echo, I got to get your thoughts on this, man, at our mid-match meetup. Come on in. I have no question other than what are you thinking looking at this?
This is unbelievable. I'm starting to expect 3 stars on every single attack. 4 triples in a row. I'm jealous that I'm not there next to you guys watching it live, but it's really unbelievable attacks. Even the 2 stars are high percentage. I mean, we're watching top-level Clash of Clans in front of us, which is always exciting, and I know that everyone that's watching over on Twitch and YouTube is enjoying, because this is some of the best Clash of Clans we've seen all night.
Yeah, this is some of the best Clash of Clans we've seen. Full stop.
Yeah.
No caveat on that. This is just really, really good Clash. I am stoked. This is our last game of the day. What a way just to put an exclamation point. The gavel slam going on down. We still have 4 attacks left. Go take a little break here, Echo. I don't envy your job in this one with our Xperia highlights, but we'll see how that goes. Let's get back into it this time with Indy 317. What can they do here for Golden Knights?
Looking for the Queen Charge Miners. Typically, we're seeing the hybrid come in, but he's like, no, I'm not taking hogs. I'm going with the Miners, 23 of them. Maybe he has hogs coming out of the siege barracks. You never know, but does use a first super wall break. He's going to have 3 of them, charging his way straight into here, getting the compartments open. But let's see where this Queen's going to walk. Oh, it's going to go over to the Town Hall. I wonder if he wanted to try to get to the Wizard Tower a little bit further up, but looks like he's just going to walk a little bit to the right. 2 scatter shots up on the back end, which if the Queen doesn't deal with those, it's going to be a real nightmare for especially Miners. They all get locked down together.
Oh boy, we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Your predictions like this are rarely wrong, Carbon Fin. So keep an eye on this. Good job dealing with the CC, of course. Siege Barracks comes in at the 9 o'clock position, striking from the west. Balloon is out here as well to just see what's going on. Just to test the waters, but the Queen is still going. She will be able to pick up this first star. Nice usage of these rage spells to keep the Queen nice and healthy, keeping her Royal Cloak ability intact. This is a pretty solid start. That's about what you want from your Queen Charge. Anything north of 30%, I'm pretty happy with it. Here come these Miners.
Yep. This is not looking too bad. That scatter shot was distracted on that King the whole time right there. So that was really nice job cross-tanking. And now the pops the Grand Warden Tunnel Tome to protect these Miners through the back-end scatter shot. But look, where's this Royal Champion? This guy got that RC down. There it finally comes down here. But where is this freeze? The Miners are going slowly into the core here. They need to get through this back-end, but with another heal, he's got a freeze to hang on to. Hopefully he can get to that scatter shot in time. That might be a big problem. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness. The bigger problem might be the sweeper. Push the healers back to get the queen killed, and now not able to get these keep these miners. Oh, barely just dodging the shot there.
Oh.
Nice jukes from the miners up against the scatter shot, which is now finally going to go down. That has been the thorn of the side of Indy this entire time, but now it's the multi-targeted Burnos to be dealt with by these attackers. But the heal spells were so well utilized here, keeping these miners pretty healthy. The spring traps I'm a little worried about, but not so much that I don't think this is going to be another triple here, because with 40 seconds left on the clock, this is looking pretty promising.
Yeah, the only good question is time here. That's the big issue. He's got plenty of miners here, and there's only really the Archer Tower, which now goes down. The final thing is the Tesla, but there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. And that's definitely going to be a time fail there. Unfortunately, just doesn't have the outside edge, the outside cleanup. These storage is going to slow him down way too much. It's going to be in the 90s. Very nice try here from Indy. But some of those scatter shots in the core took out a bunch. And the biggest thing is that Royal Champion went down to that single target Inferno up at the top side and just lost that push through the rest of it.
Darn it. I wanted it on the 3-star. That was so close. So good. But it's keeping this super competitive. 93%, which means 95.3 average percentage damage dealt for Golden X. What a war from them. But Space Station Black has shown that they are absolutely their equal, trading blow for blow. They're up next at the plate, batter up. Let's see if they can knock this one out of the park. Let's see what they can do here up against Golden X. With only 3 attacks left, we are getting down to the wire. It is Papa Huck. He's stepping things up. He's got Dragbat coming in. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to set up a bit of a funnel, but I'm assuming he wanted to take out the Archer Tower and was not ready for a Tesla farm that popped up right in front of this Eagle Artillery here. So as long as if he can clear this here, that can be a ton of value with a super wall break. Maybe he's going to try to wall break here and get out this Royal Champion, take out the single target Inferno section, and then you can have the dragons fly towards, oh, wait a second. If the queen steps up in here, she can reach the sweeper, and then the dragons can go for the eagle and take that out pretty quick, but he still has the Royal Champion to use somewhere. Oh, there it is.
There it is. In an instant, you ask and ye shall receive. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Those skeletons, the Royal Champion's least favorite thing ever. I was gonna just wipe down all of those Teslas though. That was pretty cool to watch. And now she's gonna be able to go in and try and take down this eagle, but way too much DPS, I think. Yeah, not gonna be able to secure that eagle artillery. Oh boy.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Not been ideal. Yeah.
No. I can only imagine he was not ready for a Tesla farm there. He wanted to use the Royal Champion to take out the eagle, maybe even the scatter. He was like, oh, I'm going to get tons of value here, but the Tesla farm did work. Tornado Trap spinning these dragons around, but this Warden, what are you doing? Oh no, this blimp. This could be a very dangerous blimp. Hopefully it makes it to the town hall. There's the freeze, but it looks like he's doing so. Now he can actually save onto the Grand War Internal Tome, so that's not too big of a deal, but oh, look at that. Down goes the town hall super quick.
Threading the needle.
Wow.
That was close. And now the rest of the bats can come on in the outside.
Oh, no.
You still have some dragons to tank for them. But oh boy, this could get risky here because they can just bring out all those air defenses and actually kill your bats in the process. We'll keep an eye on that. This dragon desperately trying to take down this Eagle Artillery with the help of the Grand Warden will be able to do so. Now with no free spells left, we'll see how much value these bats can get.
They're moving their way through, but unfortunately, he lost so many bats to an initial Wizard Tower shot. He could have had a larger momentum push through this back end, but unfortunately, with that Eagle still standing, he wishes that went down to push his way through. This would have looked really good, except for that Tesla farm that just stopped his Royal Champion from getting all that value.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes, yeah, these heroes just don't go where you want them to, whether it be a Grand Warden doing weird things. World Champion, unfortunately, not quite able to get down that Eagle Artillery early. That Tesla farm just, by Izus, just completely messed up Papa Huck. He adapted the plan once and then it still didn't work and had to adapt the plan again. And he still made the best of it. Don't get me wrong. This is a solid hit in the mid 80s. Really, really respectable. But a big what if that Tesla farm hadn't come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Warden grabbing a little bit more percentage here. and it's going to be a close war. All these attacks have been super close in the 90s, a few in the 80s there. Look at that, 95.3 to a 94. This is neck and neck going to these final two attacks here.
Again, it basically comes down to a 1v1. That's basically what we're looking at here. Who can, I mean, here's the thing. If Golden X triples, they win. It's just that simple. Even if Space Station Black can answer with a triple of their own, they don't have the percentage lead. So this is what they're looking for here. If you're a fan of Golden X, you're looking for the 3-star. They've already gotten 2. Oh, baby, a triple. Why not? Let's see if we can get a third one as we get into this last attack for Golden X. It's Doc Zaku. He's coming on in, with another drag bat.
We'll have to see. Oh, look at this. It's got a ring base that he's deciding to come in with. And with a 10 dragons, does have 6 bat spells here. Is the queen going to be able to sui into this air defense here? But there is 1, 2, 3, and 4 ground expo. So wait a second. Oh, I don't know. This queen doesn't look like she's going into this air defense. The queen is going to walk left. Is she going to walk out? She does, unfortunately. Hopefully he can walk back around and get that AD there.
Oh, that would be nice. Again, queens. And sometimes Grand Wardens, apparently. Not going exactly where they want you to. Not ideal. The king is going to be on the other side to set the funnel here. Still a decent Sui start with these heroes. We are going to have the Royal Cloak to keep the queen up and in this. Pushing in towards this Eagle Artillery. This is the key piece of defense they want to try and take down, baiting out all the CC. That is not going to be a reality. So still a lot of defenses left to deal with on the south side of the base, and the ring is holding firm, not cracking yet.
Yeah, he's pulling the Lava Hound all the way there to 9 o'clock, and he still has the Royal Champion to use. Remember, wherever he does drop this RC, it's going to pull this Hound across the base, so you have to be very careful and get ready for the blow. Wait, oh, I was going to say, is that Seeking Airmine going to hit this Warden? Oh, that was a close one right there. But get ready for the Warden Eternal Tome to protect this blimp here. Needs to take out the core. There it is. Hopefully this blimp can make it. It should. And then, let's see, there's going to be sneaky goblins in here. Oh, there's a tornado trap. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Drops to freeze.
Okay. You know, as the dragon to bait the one on the right, the scatter shot there. He's freezing the left one. The dragons are coming out, the balloons as well, doing as much damage as they possibly can. They're not going to have the invulnerability from that Eternal Tome, so going to take a little bit of damage, but not too much. They did get what they came for. They've got the 50%. They've got that additional star, and now here come the bats. Do they have troops traditionally try and tank for them? How are these 2 remaining freeze spells going to be used? Because we saw it last time, that last attack. If that wizard tower gets even 1 shot off, it can be game over, and here we go. It's frozen up, and it goes down. That was absolutely huge.
Wow. Look at these bats moving their way through. He's going to have to worry about the Hound up there for cleanup here. Hopefully the bats oh, wait, he missed the freeze on the wizard tower. No! I assumed that he was going to get that. The bats were going to clear it.
That was a 3.
Oh, my goodness. The freeze. Wow. Oh my goodness. I was going to say it's going to come down to the Hound being a distraction for the dragons and the bats, but I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon.
No. You were not. That was just by milliseconds. Again, guys, AT&T 5G have the fastest connections. Clearly not the case here, because that wizard tower just got out ahead of the gun. And with that, 89%.
Yeah, 94.
The door's open. It's that open that much. Open that much. We are tied. We are tied. Get above 94%, and you win this war.
Oh,
kind of a tall order, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Kind of a tall order.
I mean, they've got 2 attacks that were above the 94%, which were the triples. Just incredible stuff that's come through so far. But yeah, 94 would be an exact tie. 95 is the winning number that they need. Can they get a 95% 2-star to go to advance here? This is the upper bracket, so if you lose, it's not over. But a 95% 2-star is what Fence Post is looking for here today. If he can get it, he's going to give them the victory to advance. Oh, man, the pressure's on the line here.
I'm so glad this is the war we're finishing the day with, because this is, I've watched over the last 5 seasons, I've watched a lot of games of Clash of Clans. I've seen a lot of wars. This is definitely one of my favorites because it has been so close and there have been so many little things that have kept it so entertaining. We're seeing hybrid coming out. It's meta. It's tried and true. I'm not going to say it's brain dead, but I'm saying that it's easy to use. There's a lot of core fundamentals. Just get those down and you're good to go. Queen Charge is going to start things off. It's doing a lot of work. Being able to take down one of these scatter shots, that is huge. And not having to burn that Queen ability yet is massive. We'll see what the rest of this funnel looks like using the Siege Barracks with that to great effect.
Oh no, Queen ability being used. Wow, unfortunately, but now he's got all the miners, and Hog's going to charge straight into this town hall. I was going to try to keep my eye out on the Grand Warden altar because that could have done so much damage, but he didn't pull out the clan castle, so he's forced to drop the poison there and a heal right over the core. Town hall is yet to activate. Oh no, this isn't looking good. With that Queen on the outside, Queen's about to die off to the scatter, and she goes down. Oh no, everything's kind of going wrong. Pops the War Internal Tome. He needs the 95%. Isn't even possible with all that going down.
I do not know. The Queen burning her ability early. One shot, I think, was the difference maker there to have that activating. We do see the Town Hall going down. It is going to be the 2-star. That's secure. That's not the problem, though. 95%. That is a tall ask. That is a tall order any day of the week. But Fence Post needs to ride up. He needs to not get nailed down here in the middle of this base. He needs to try and get this back under control, but he doesn't have a whole lot of troops left to do it with the Royal Champion. That is going to be the big X factor here. If he can keep that alive somehow, the Freeze Spell's doing a great job of trying to do that, using the lifesteal off of the Seeking Shield as well. She's going in interesting directions here, trying to keep, these Inferno Towers off. Maybe.
Trying. Not giving up. 81, but 95 is the magic number. I don't know. 83, Baby Dragon. He's got an archer to use, but that mortar there is standing. This Grand Warden can get some value here. Hang on. Drops the archer, gets picked off, but oh no, the Tassa locks onto the Warden. 86%. And that's pretty much 87 right there. The miner. Oh, the miner dies, and it's not going to be enough. Just falls short. And there it is. A Golden Axe is going to get the victory on percentage. Wow, what an unbelievable war.
That was neck and neck from start to finish. What a fantastic war. If you remember Space Station Gaming Black, you have nothing to be ashamed of. That was sick. That was so entertaining. Thank you so much, because that was a lot of fun to watch. And of course, you're not out of this one yet. Carry the momentum that you started with back-to-back 3-stars. Do that in the lower bracket. Maybe I'll see you in the finals, because that was pretty dope. Wow, that is excellent. We've got Izu standing by with an interview. This is going to be great. Can't wait to get his thoughts on this match. Let's take a look. Hey everyone, I'm sitting down with Izus from Golden X to talk about that war. My goodness, was it a nail biter from start to finish? Obviously, you started things off looking pretty darn solid. You tripled to commence the war for your team. What is it like for you as an attacker when you're looking to hit a base? What are the little things that you look for that decide how you're going to attack? Can you give us some insight into that?
Yeah, sure. So when I'm usually looking for bases, I try and start with the main defenses. So like expos, what they're on, are they air or ground? That'll differ if I can maybe do a queen charge or not. If they're all ground, it makes it kind of tough because there's a lot of DPS constantly on her. And then Infernos, if it's single, you have to figure out if you can charge it and not have to freeze, or if there's a better way to go about it, because bats right now, everyone's doing drag bat and Yeti bat. Takes a big impact if you have multis rather than singles. Other than that, I try and see maybe if there's a corridor I can walk my queen down into to get good pathing so that she can kind of stay inside the base while I have a different army going around. And other than that, if maybe I've seen the base before, I'll know a way to hit it. And yeah, usually I look for Infernos and Expos, and then base design pretty much.
So starting kind of granular, then so sort of a binary, is it X or Y, and then sort of going from there. But I mean, clearly whatever you're doing is working really well, because you guys have advanced on to the next round. And this is a team, I got a chance to interview you back in season 4, and back then it was your second season in the Mobile Open. Now it's your third season in the Mobile Open. You've got some returning members. How is it being able to compete with the same players season over season, continue to improve as a squad. How much better has your communication gotten?
Oh, I love it. All the guys, we're all super tight. We stay in touch even when Mobile Open's not going on. We'll play in all kinds of different tournaments. So we're all super, we know one another pretty well. It's fun getting to know them and then being able to have that click where if you see a base, you're like, oh, that looks like something that they usually do really well on. So you can kind of hand it off, and then you just get that feeling where you're confident with your players, and there's not that point where a certain player has a last hit that you're like, probably not going to go our way. But I mean, our roster's deep; it's very strong, and I like every single member on it.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. Just knowing that you've got that trust in your teammates, because the competition, I've talked about it over and over again, it's getting steeper and steeper, and like nobody is safe this season. How much better? I mean, obviously you guys have played against some top teams. How much better has the competition gotten for season 5?
The competition has ramped up tremendously. I mean, last season there was teams that you'd want to look out for. Like if you matched up with them, you knew it was going to be a hard match. But this season, I mean, every single match is a nail biter. It can go either way. You've seen in the first broadcast, there were some upsets right off the bat that you would have never expected. So, I mean, every single one of these teams is here to play, and you have to take every match seriously. You can't really slack off on any given match.
For sure. The level of competition has just been incredible, just watching it progress season over season. And just because you have a big name attached to the attached to your roster doesn't necessarily mean you're safe. I was saying this before. It feels like an episode of Game of Thrones because nobody is safe. But again, congratulations on the match. These have been so much fun to watch. I'm going to wish you best of luck on the next one. Thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's always a good time, and hopefully I'll be here next season.
Well, you heard it there. Just hoping to see us next season. I mean, I still want to see more of them this season. I don't know. So I'm just saying. That was a really, really great war. And again, looking at the bases from its most fundamental levels, then building the way up, that's the way you want to look at it. And again, if you're looking to get better at Clash of Clans, looking at this war is one of the great ways to do so. But we still have our Xperia highlights from that last one. Echo, you had the unenvious job of having to pick a replay. Maybe because we interviewed Izeus, maybe that's the one that makes it easier. Maybe that's the one we look at.
I think that it definitely did help me. Izeus was the #1, the first attack in the war, the first 3-star, and you just gave him the interview. But yeah, there was so much amazing stuff. Let's check out his attack for this Xperia highlight today, the final one of the day. And he was coming in with the hybrid attack, and something that we noted, or that you guys noted early on, was that it was really light on those miners, light on those hog riders, and heavy on the miners. And it always seems to me that miners last longer in these attacks than the hog riders, and I wonder if that came into play. Nice job breaking into that compartment with the super wall breakers and taking out that scatter shot, and then going to be able to engage with the Royal Champion, getting that good value right here. And we've seen that as kind of a key of the day. Value from the queen, whether it a queen charge, a queen walk, or just a Sui queen. We've seen multiple attack strategies do really well on the back of that hero. So she's going to clean out this compartment, and we also have some troops working nice and slowly, picking away percentage, because you never know when these attacks are going to come down to percentage or to time. So the queen lures that clan castle. We have that slow down central clan castle. It's got the ice golem to slow things down and the lava hound raging up the queen. She's going to clear out all of those pups, and it's time to start that skeleton king protecting the siege barrack in the western side of the base. And then in between the queen and that king funnel, we're going to see all of these miners and the small handful of those hog riders push into the base. Now we have more hog riders coming to the party out of the siege barracks as well. Just the placement there was perfect for those hogs to join up with the other ones, because remember, there were only 8 in the composition. Slapping down that town hall. Royal Champions in there as well with that eternal tome ability. So everything was invincible in a perfect time. Now the back end hogs are coming in a little bit late, so if those early hogs did die themselves off, we have more hog riders. It's like the backups coming to take on the rest of the attack. only one real scary compartment left, and that's the one with the scatter shot. And they're going to make their way over there now. It looks like the champion, she's helping deal with that king. And there we go. Her ability just completely crushing that compartment. And the Hog Riders and those healers and those miners were able to clean up the rest of this base to bring you guys this Xperia 1 highlight. A beautiful attack. One that we just had to take a second look at today. But man, that war overall was just beautiful. Again, envious of you guys getting to see it all and cast it all live. It was an amazing war.